Hello and welcome back. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on with my Khajiit game on Skyrim. And so let's go ahead. Skeever. So let's go ahead and load us back up. So I know that it's probably been, 3 hours of you watching this. If you've watched it from the beginning or however long it's taken me to upload this, but I kind of paused it and am now coming back. So let's see, what do we got going on here? So we have Fury, ready, okay. Good, okay. And now I want to see, this is what I thought. So I want to get a pickaxe, because sometimes that can be a little useful if you're doing things like mining, stuff like that. And there's a spot to mine on the way. The question is do I have the materials to make one? I have an iron ingot and some leather strips. Might be under miscellaneous. Nope. Okay. I might not be able to make one. So
Take what you need, my whatever you need. Buy
okay.
this smear if it's simple and strong.
What have you got for sale?
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
There it is.
Until next time.
So I'm going to go into stealth mode. I'll probably travel mostly in stealth, just because it's an easy way to try and level it up. And I actually just continually using it. It's one of the easier skills to level up in the game. And Skyrim, when they originally released Skyrim, you could only level up a skill to 100 once, and then you would have to keep doing it again. So there's one spell that's really useful sometimes for beginning players is Clairvoyance. It'll tell you where you want to go. So if you recall, I am on a specific quest, the Golden Claw, and I'm going after this quest because you're going to have to do this anyway early in the game, and this sort of keeps it. This is a long, since you're in the area, it's just easiest to do this one now instead of having to come back, because you'll have to get to Whiterun, and then they'll send you on this quest to go to this location anyway, to the Bleak Falls Barrow, for an item. And so it's just, might as well do it now. And butterflies. So, crafting material, but there's a wolf up here. I will say this, I am using one of the Xbox style controllers. It makes the motions a little jerky, on this. I've never been very good with using mouse and keyboard style on games, and it's all preference, right? Now if I were doing, you know, competitive first-person shooters, then I'm... There we go. Yeah, I have no idea if that would have done anything, but hey. Wolf pelt. Anyway, like I was saying, if I was doing competitive first-person shooters using a PC, I can definitely understand where using a mouse to look and move would give an advantage. Simply because of, like I say, the jerkiness of the nature, and I could probably adjust the sensitivity on this. Controls. Look sensitivity. That's what I said. Yeah. Maybe. I like to see the extremes. Oh yeah, that's too much. Yeah, you can tell, like, even though I've been playing this on and off for a little while now, I still get my controls mixed up on what's where. Let's try it with look sensitivity the lowest to see if I can get it smoothest that way. So one of the mods that you can get on a lot of the systems is something that adds weather and cold effects, and this would be the first area that you'd really start to experience those cold effects with that mod. Especially as it gets darker, snow comes in, so it's kind of fun to play with some of those mods just because they add a little more depth to the experience. Yeah. Having done this, and I realize that, you know, wow, 3 hours already may seem like a lot. And the thing to realize is that I've also been kind of going a little slower. Yeah. Yeah, my friend there pretty much has it all set up. Let's just do this. What am I?
Surprise.
Let's see. Yep. 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 And I'm pretty much probably going to have to drop a lot of this stuff at some point. pretty early on. So anyway, yeah. So your first couple of times you're kind of going to go through this slower just because you're still figuring out where everything is and things like that. But after a while, it's just these beginning areas will become kind of second nature, and it's very common to replay this game a lot, which is why there's like mods for alternative starts, which allow you to start in a different location. It's just let's give you.
I've got your back. What do you want me to carry? Get going then.
Cabbages. So yeah, there's like mods that you can get for alternative starts, which will start you in different locations. I tried one. It starts you out technically in a little cell, and then you pick what you want to start out with, and actually chose to try to break out of the cell, and that was a challenge because there were ghosts in the area and things like that. So I mentioned before that there's ore that you can, harvest from, essentially. And here's an example of some of that ore. I'll ask you if you want to mine, and you can get ore. Sometimes you'll get gems out of it. Sort of does this little animation. And so it can be a little useful when you're going the crafting route. Though it's generally faster to just buy ore from shopkeepers. So it didn't work out so well last time, but and after a while, you just sort of get used to knowing or spotting where the pathways and roads are. It may not seem like there's as much, they have little indicators here and there where you're going. we're going to come up to another group. Bandits here. And I want to get lined up on one of them and hopefully show Fury. There we go. Little dots, little dots. Oops. Nope. Ah. Not used to using Fury. Where are you? Okay. And yes, you can go into third person mode. Sometimes a little easier for melee.
Still here. What do you want me to carry?
We're gonna give you that. I'll give you steel arrows. Actually, what do you have? Yeah.
I'll show you what I know.
So you can also give them money to train you. Some characters.
Going then.
Really, I really want to pull off a Fury. I know, not. Normally I do an archer build most of the time, or sometimes a two-handed build. So, doing an illusion build is a little different. I'm still only second level, so it's all good. Now here we go. And now we're gonna theoretically
Time to end this little game.
So yeah. Skeevers. Skeever tail is an ingredient for crafting. And Bethesda's known for sort of telling stories by having items in areas and laid out. So in this case, the story that they're telling is that, you know, these bandits are coming here. They're
Is someone there? Ah! Found you. Yeah! You've already lost.
you know, they came here, they obviously ran into some skeevers. If I had snuck up on them a little closer, there would have been a little backstory about their waiting for one of their associates who was searching the area. And that would give you a heads up that there might be a few more bandits in the area. A little lock picking. A torch. And I'm going to go ahead and save it. Always save. And go ahead and stop for now.